When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See, this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy on you, mercy on me. They say the truth shall set you free. See, prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Israel, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing, steal out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is exceedingly wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just receive the listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
We really gotta stop, like praise ya. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed and with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See, this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride. Just vibe. Yeah, just vibe. We gon' ride. All praises to the Most High.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Mercy, mercy on you, mercy, mercy on me. They say the truth has set you free. See prophecy been fulfilled for real. Now what the deal? We giving praise to the God of Yisrael, cause it's real out here. People get killed out here. They robbing still out here. It's getting hard out here. The love of many wax cold from what I hear. But we backed by the Most High, so who shall you feel? You gotta be bold and righteous to live. The flesh is seething and wicked. Sin deceiving is vicious. Repentance needed to fix it. His mercy too exquisite to miss it. Just proceed to listen. Let's stick to the mission. Believe and receive his blessing. You see, blessings come from above. None of us deserve it. None of us is worthy. But we praise y'all for his mercy.
When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, hey, all I can do is stop and praise ya. When I think of your mercy and all that you've done for me, all I can do is stop and praise ya, praise ya, praise ya.
Really gotta stop like praise, yeah. Stop and praise the ancient of days. Teary-eyed with a smiling face, the praise you gave was already ordained. Stop and praise for keeping you in your lane. Give a praise for breaking off them chains. Before you let somebody steal your praise, think about the spirit in which they came. Think about the energy they gave. Is it worth it? Nope, never, no way. Kingdom we broke into a praise dance. I praise y'all for D4 hug daps. Praise Yahweh for the congregation, and I praise him for the angels, the elders, and all their dedication. See this truth, it'll cut you, heal you, it'll make or break you. This is a spiritual walk, it's a spiritual ride. Just don't despise the chastisement when you get chastised. You a son, not a bastard, right? You gon' get chastised. It's a spiritual ride, just vibe. Yeah, just vibe.
Shalom Facebook, Shalom Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to our prophecy class. Today we're in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 45. But before we get started, does anyone have any questions? Take it we do not have any questions. As we read this is talking about the future of the land of Israel and the things that are going to be going on. And as we continue to read, we're going to notice how this will resemble the kingdom of heaven, because of the fantastic things that are going to be done in the land. So what we're going to do is go ahead and read some things that were not part of the original plan when the first temple was built. Again, this is the new temple. I think it'll be, once Esau finished building this temple, that'll be a third temple. So it's going to be a fourth temple, because Esau's temple will have to be destroyed. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Ezekiel 45.
Verse 1. Moreover, when you shall divide by lot the land for inheritance, you shall offer an oblation unto Yahweh, an holy portion of the land. The length shall be the length of 25,000 reeds, and the breadth shall be 10,000. This shall be holy in all the borders thereof round about.
Now, if you have a chance, Google Ezekiel's temple. And what we're reading to you now, you're going to see in the diagram of those people that rendered the temple to art. And mostly they are more than likely they were Gentiles, but nevertheless, that never stopped them from trying to see what Ezekiel was talking about. I find it amazing that they would go that much trouble, but then that's a challenge, because Ezekiel's using terminology that we don't use anymore, and so they put it together. They did transition from that terminology to our terminology, and so they put it in English so that we can see what it looks like. They can see what it looks like, and they drew pictures of that temple. And as you read this, you're going to see some things that when we talk about in verse 1, moreover, when we shall divide by lot the land for inheritance, ye shall offer an oblation unto Yahweh, and a holy portion of the land. The length shall be the length of 25,000 reeds, and the breadth shall be 10,000. This shall be holy in all the borders thereof round about. Well, it's not saying it yet, but what this is referring to is the temple itself, and it's going to be in the city. And the reason that they call it a holy portion for Yahweh is because of the temple. The priest will still be in their rank and order, but we're going to see something new that wasn't part of the original plan during the time of King Shlomo's temple. Pick this up at verse 1 again, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 1. Moreover, when you shall divide by lot the land for inheritance, you shall offer an oblation unto Yahweh, an holy portion of the land. The length shall be the length of 25,000 reeds, and the breadth shall be 10,000. This shall be holy in all the borders thereof round about. Of this there shall be for the sanctuary 500 in length with 500 in breadth, square round about, and 50 cubits round about for the suburbs thereof. And of this measure shall thou measure the length of 25,000, and the breadth of 10,000, and in it shall be the sanctuary and the most holy place. The holy portion of the land shall be for the priests, the ministers of the sanctuary, which shall come near to minister unto Yahweh, and it shall be a place for their houses, and an holy place for the sanctuary. And the 25,000 of length and the 10,000 of breadth shall also the Levites, the ministers of the house, have for themselves for a possession for 20 chambers. And you shall appoint the possession of the city 5,000 broad and 25,000 long, over against the oblation of the holy portion. It shall be for the whole house of Israel. And a portion shall be for the prince on the one side, and on the other side of the oblation of the holy portion, and of the possession of the city, before the oblation of the holy portion, and before the possession of the city, from the west side westward, and from the east side eastward. And the length shall be over against one of the portions, from the west border unto the east border. In the land shall be his possession in Israel, and my princes shall no more oppress my people, and the rest of the land shall they give to the house of Israel according to their tribes. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, let it suffice you, O princes of Israel, remove violence and spoil, and execute judgment and justice, and take away your exactions from my people, saith the Adonai Elohim.
You notice again in verse 7, it says, and a portion shall be for the prince on the one side and on the other side of the oblation of a holy portion. Before the oblation of the holy portion, which before the possession of the city, from the west side westward and from the east side eastward, and the land shall be over against one of the portions from the west border to the east border. Now that was verse 7, and what it's referring to is on either side of the borders of the city, that'll be the portion for the prince. Right. Now who this guy is, we don't know.
So it's on both sides, but it ain't coming around connected. It's just he got some over here and some
Right.
over here.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So this prince, he has the spirit of making sacrifices. Now, usually it's the priest, or the high priest, that makes a sacrifice, and they do it in this future temple. But he's making sacrifices too. Who is this guy? Yes, sir.
So it's a total of, so it's going to be this prince, the priest, and the Mashiach of y'all three of them making sacrifices.
Say that again.
I mean, the priest, the high priest, this prince, and Hamashiach, besides, all three of them going to be making sacrifices.
Just the priest and this prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mashiach won't be doing those sacrifices.
No.
No, because he's not Aaronic priesthood. He's in the Melchizedek priesthood, and we don't have any instructions on how Melchizedek priest is supposed to behave, except for the Mashiach being the high priest. He'll have to give those orders to. I imagine the high priest would probably be of, and that Melchizedek priesthood would be all 12 tribes. But what they'll be doing, I don't know.
So when the Holy of Holies, on the Day of Atonement, that won't be the Mashiach having anything to do with that? The Holy of Holies?
That remains to be seen. Because, yeah, you're bringing the sacrifices back, but you don't have the Ark of the Covenant in the Holy of Holies, but you're going to have the Holy of Holies there. So it may be a thing where there may be some connection with the Mashiach, in that, in his position of being a king and a god. We just don't know what the role of the Holy of Holies is going to be if the Ark of the Covenant is not there. Maybe he represents the Ark of the Covenant. I don't know.
I think that's about right. Why would a spiritual being have to take blood and go against? Yeah, that's
Yeah, why would you have to cleanse him?
right.
Right.
Yes, like you said, we have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that we ain't not covered in the Bible that you just have to wait and see. Like, for instance, on the new heaven and earth, you're on two thrones. How's that going to work?
Wow.
Never seen anything like it.
Two.
So there's a lot of built-in mystery here, and again, it's just a whet our appetite to actually want to see this, because y'all were showing these things to us, but not showing to everybody. Now, the reason I told you to Google the temple is because some Gentiles do want to know what that temple looks like. It's a mystery, and they try to put something together to make it look like they know what they're talking about, but they're in the ballpark, because they go by the measurements of the temple, and they put all that stuff together, and they come up with what they think the temple's going to look like. You got different visions of it, because you got different Gentiles drawing it out, but at least they make it an effort, because it's hard to read these measurements and then change the measurements to the measurements that we're used to. Yeah, but they did it. Well, when you look right at it, Yahweh allowed them to do that, just like he allowed them to translate this Bible. So you got to praise in the kingdom for Gentiles. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 10. You shall have just balances, and a just ephah, and a just bath. The ephah and the bath shall be a one measure, that the bath may contain the 10th part of an omer, and the ephod the 10th part of an omer. The measure thereof shall be after the omer. And the shekels shall be 20 gerahs, 20 shekels, 25 shekels, 15 shekels shall be your manna. This is the oblation that you shall offer, the 6th part of an ephah of an omer of wheat, and you shall give the 6th part of an ephah of omer of barley. Concerning the ordinance of oil, the bath of oil, you shall offer the 10th part of a bath out of the core, which is an omer of 10 baths, for 10 baths are an omer.
Now, we don't know these measurements, but we know they're Hebrew. And so by the time this temple are set up, we will know what these terms mean. Right now, they're very strange to us, but you don't look at things in shekels and gerahs and omers and cores. We don't use those terms in our everyday language. But by the time you get over there, this will be common to you. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 15. And one lamb out of the flock, out of 200, out of the fat pastures of Israel, for a meal offering and for a burnt offering and for peace offerings, to make reconciliation for them, saith the Adonai Elohim.
So we wonder where the Day of Atonement was. That has to be right there in verse 15. Because we look at, as we continue to read, we're going to see that we're returning back to the keeping the holy days. And so we missed the Day of Atonement, but wondered where was it? And so we looked at verse 15 and said, yeah, there it is right there. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
So why does it have to be 200 out of the flock of 200 one
Where were you at now? Verse 15?
15, yeah.
It says, and one lamb out of the flock, out of 200, out of the fat pastures of Israel. One lamb out of 200, so I imagine you're going to have 200 lambs on hand, peel one of them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they give you the number that you can pull from.
So there would be one.
Just one?
One pure lamb out of 200.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's chosen out of that. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, this is in verse, starting at verse 10, it says you should have just balances and a just ephah and a just bath. Again, that's going right back to the law. So these things, like this gets a little bit more detail than it was when we read it in the law, with everything being first set up. The terms, again, we're not familiar with them, but we will get familiar with them. Yeah, man.
Is it supposed to be something kind of like, I don't want to say miracle, but spiritual, like all the nations to come up during these holy days and fit in the land? Because it's like I know the numbers gonna be knocked down a lot when the time returns to kill, but if people start multiplying and doing whatever, for them to fit in this land, to be able to do these things, it's kind of like a miracle almost. So everybody be spiritual, like when God was gonna do something spiritual, we can all just everybody can fit, I guess, at one time.
That'll be something to see. What kind of at what level are you referring to as far as spiritual goes? But that level ignore the actual people and just do everything spiritually. Because what we have here are sacrifices, which means we got to have a bunch of animals, right? And so those animals got to be sacrificed on the altar. We already got the measurements of the altar and the temple itself, so everything is going to be in reality, physically, right? But outside of that, now again, I always wondered how you get all those animals there. Right now, we know if you got pull one sheep out of 200, that means the sheep got to be somewhere else in the pasture, and just grab one and bring them up in there. But those feast days are coming back, so those animals got to be sacrificed.
You know,
And
kinda
also, they got to cleanse the temple itself from the errors of the people.
kind of like when, you know, all the animals that fit on the ark. You know, it says ark wasn't made big enough to contain all the animals. Like, you know, I guess all the people that fit in that space. Kind of like, you know, kind of like how the animals fit in the ark. Kind of like, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
You saying that this would be a place where people come to be healed?
I mean, for like, you know, all the nations, you know, all the nations got to come up for these holy days, for them to fit inside the land. You know what I mean? You know, it kind of like
Yeah, no.
fit inside the ark. It's kind of like a miracle type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I imagine that's how. It depends on how many people left.
Right.
Once the war's over, once Mashiach destroy all those people and Yahweh destroy all those people out the earth, they're going to have to show up on the holy days. But logistically, I don't see how. Israel is not that big a land, but nevertheless, it's going to stretch out, according to Ezekiel, right? Also, if you read up in Isaiah 19, you see where Egypt will have an altar also. So that might be the case in other people's land. When you come to those holy days, we may have altars in different people's lands. Yeah, so we can look at it that way. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 16. All the people of the land shall give this oblation for the prince in Israel. And it shall be the prince's part to give burnt offerings and meal offerings and drink offerings in the feasts and in the new moons and in the Sabbaths, in all solemnities of the house of Israel. He shall prepare the sin offering and the meal offering and the burnt offering and the peace offerings to make reconciliation for the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, in the first month, in the first day of the month, thou shalt take a young bullock without blemish and cleanse the sanctuary. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering and put it upon the post of the house and upon the four corners of the settle of the altar and upon the posts of the gate of the inner court.
Mm-hmm.
And so thou shalt do the seventh day of the month for every one that erreth, and for him that is simple, so shall you reconcile the house.
Mm-hmm.
In the first month, in the 14th day of the month, you shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten. And upon that day shall the prince prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bullock for a sin offering.
So again, this prince has a lot of authority. Let me see here if I can find that. In verse 22, and upon that day shall the prince prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bullock for a sin offering. What is the prince offering up a bullock for sin? For his own sin. Because it said for him and the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can't be David then.
Nah.
So he's still offering up sacrifices for sin, but the Mashiach is the high priest. We've got to wonder, is there a relationship between the sacrifices and the Mashiach being the only high priest? Will he participate in that? That's a good question, since he's not an Aaronic priest, and Yahweh did not call him to offer the blood to Yahweh. So, Mashiach being the only high priest at the time, we just have to wait and see.
So the high priest of the Levitical priesthood is not considered a high priest no more at this point?
It only mentions the sons of Zadok offering up, being able to come near Yahweh. But you're still going to have the Levitical priests offering up sacrifice, preparing a sacrifice for the people. But we're looking at the role of the high priest. Now his role was to offer the sacrifice to the people, but it doesn't mention a high priest in this description of the temple. It just mentions a prince. So this prince may play that role since he's offering up sacrifices for himself and the people. That is what, as a matter of fact, when you look at the law, I think it's number 19 when it talks about the Day of Atonement. No, Leviticus 19, 8, Leviticus 16. Now let me. I can't go on unless I get this right. Let me see here. In number 19, you have the Day of Atonement, where the priest has to go in and make reconciliation for himself and for his family and for the children of Israel. This sounds like this is what he's doing here when he says, "And upon that day," again, that the first day of the week, the first day in the 14th day of the month, you shall have the Passover, a feast of 7 days. Unleavened bread shall be eaten, and upon that day shall the prince prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bullock for a sin offering. So I'm looking at that's what the high priest does when they make an atonement for the temple, for the Ark of the Covenant.
And this book here that he offered is in addition to the law, because what we have right, what is right now.
Right. That's what this part of the high priest right here. But the prince is doing that now. So he's equal to a high priest when they're doing that. Found that very interesting. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 45, verse 23. And 7 days of the feast he shall prepare a burnt offering to Yahweh, 7 bullocks and 7 rams without blemish daily the 7 days, and a kid of the goats daily for a sin offering. And he shall prepare a meal offering of an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and an hin of oil for an ephah. In the 7th month, in the 15th day of the month, shall he do the like in the feast of the 7 days, according to the sin offering, according to the burnt offering, and according to the meal offering, and according to the oil.
I notice also, while we've been reading about sacrifices on the holy days, we don't have anywhere where it mentions that the men have to present themselves for Yahweh three times a year. I ain't seen that yet. So now we have read where the Mashiach said, not one jot or one tittle of the law shall pass, or all be fulfilled. So are we saying because it's not mentioned here that the Feast of Weeks has been fulfilled, or the men present themselves before Yahweh been fulfilled? We don't know. But he doesn't mention the Feast of Weeks here. Doesn't mention that men present themselves before Yahweh 3 times a year. In verse 23, it says, "In 7 days of the feast he shall prepare a burnt offering," verse 23, burnt offering to Yahweh, 7 bullocks and 7 rams without blemish daily for 7 days, and a kid of the goats daily for a sin offering. So that matches up with Numbers 28 when it mentions the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That mentions that there, but go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 46, verse 1. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, the gate of the inner court that looketh toward the east shall be shut the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath
Cut it off.
it shall be open, and in the day of the new moon it shall be open. And the prince shall enter by the way of the porch of that gate without, and shall stand by the post of the gate, and the priest shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offerings, and he shall worship at the threshold of the gate. Then he shall go forth, but the gate shall not be shut until the evening. Likewise, the people of the land shall worship at the door of this gate before Yahweh in the Sabbaths and in the new moons. And the burnt offering that the prince shall offer unto Yahweh in the Sabbath day shall be 6 lambs without blemish, and a ram without blemish. And the meal offering shall be an ephah for a ram, and the meal offering for the lambs, as he shall be able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah. And in the day of the new moon it shall be a young bullock without blemish, and 6 lambs, and a ram. They shall be without blemish.
Let me ask you, now on our feast days that we keep here in America, we usually have a service. It's a sermon or something to say on that particular day, commemorating the day. But have you seen anything like that in the law? When you're talking about bringing up those sacrifices, like on the new moon, did they have a service? Or in the feast day, did they have a service? It didn't mention them having a service. They just brought the animals up and offered up to Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And right here, it says here that they're going to be worshiping at the door of the temple. Now, at the door of the temple, but it didn't tell you what else they're going to be doing. Now, you go back and look in the law where you look at our father sacrifices. The law didn't tell them to have a service after each holy day, except for the Sabbath. It's a holy convocation. The Sabbath, yeah, they are holy convocations, so we do sit together. They did sit together, that's right. But did they mention that we're supposed to have a service for the Passover? Right? All you had to do is eat the Passover meal.
Mm-hmm.
But so what we're doing here in America is something new, because we're doing something our Father didn't do. We have a service for these holy days, for the Sabbaths. But the law says you have to rest on that day. But nevertheless, we do convocate on the Sabbath, like the law says. So I'm looking at, for instance, in Hebrews chapter, I think I want to go to chapter. Let's see here. Let's see here. In Hebrews chapter 10, it says in verse 24, let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. So they did have assemblies, more than likely on the Shabbat, but they had synagogues at this time here. They didn't have synagogues when our fathers first came into the land. They always met at the tabernacle.
I always heard old people when I was little quote this.
Hmm?
I always heard old people when I was little quote this. They go to church all the time. They always call old people always quote this.
Oh, yeah?
They say not in the assembly.
Yeah, well, I've never heard them say that at all.
They
But
try to tell us for the church. They say, take back the assembly. Take back the assembly.
yeah.
See it all the time.
Well, my folks weren't really church-going people, man. Pop, he saw the game in the church, and Mama just felt like it was just her duty to go to church. But she couldn't go to church here in Atlanta. She had to go back home to go to church. Yeah, down there in Woodland, Georgia. You ever heard of Woodland or Manchester?
I heard Manchester.
Yeah, well, down there, that's below Manchester.
She did that every week?
No.
Oh, okay. She's a dedicated sister then.
Yeah, she wouldn't go to no church here.
So that was the church she belonged to.
Yeah.
That's what they would say. If they belong to one, that's the one they decided to go to.
Yeah. My dad never went to church, but before he died, he did go to some type of assembly, church assembly. But when he showed up, his face was swollen up, and I said, "Damn, that scared the hell out of me." I said, "What's wrong with my daddy?" Because he ain't never been to church before. Maybe this is what happened because he didn't go to church. No, they had a strong reaction to some peaches or something. It made it swell up, but it scared the hell out of me. I said, "Damn, you good not to come up in here." I said, "I see why now." It makes so much more sense. But yeah, again, you don't hear about too much about assembling together as far as the new moon goes. It's not a holy convocation, but again, we keep the new moon service. Go ahead, Brother Seth. Hold on a second. Let me check the law. Let me look at that law. Let's see here. That'll be Numbers 10. It's in verse 10. It says, "Also in the day of your gladness and in your solemn days and in the beginning of your months, you shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifices of your peace offerings, that they may be to you for a memorial before your Elohim. I'm Yahweh your Elohim." So it was just what it mentioned that on your new moon you're supposed to be blowing a trumpet on the new moon. But as far as assembling together, it didn't say anything about that.
I think they did that kind of like individually, kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When David tried to get away from Saul, he said he had to go to his father's house.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when they had the first Passover. Everybody ate their own Passover in their own houses. Put the blood up on the top and on the sides. And so when it comes to the Passover, imagine they ate you had to bring the Passover to the temple, though. The sacrifice. So when we read up in 2 Chronicles, chapter 30, Hezekiah celebrated the Passover a week after the Passover, because you can have two Passovers. So he celebrated the second Passover, and Feast of Unleavened Bread and Feast of First Fruits and all those holy days, but he did it twice. But Yahweh allowed that. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of people coming from the tribe that had been scattered by the Assyrians. Some of them were coming back, and some of them didn't take the holy days seriously, and some of them did. But nevertheless, what he did on the Passover and the rest of the holy days, they seem to be all gathered together in Jerusalem around the temple. But it didn't mention what they did, except for eating. Well, what else did they do? You don't know.
Let me ask you something. I just thought about that. We did eat Passover in our individual homes in Egypt, right? Mm-hmm. That's where Esau got that from, right?
Yeah,
he eats Passover in his house. Huh?
Passover Seder. That's
Seder.
What they call it,
yeah. I just thought, I didn't think about that till you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he got that from.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, plus they don't have a temple yet either.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to slay your Passover at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't have that yet, so you have a Passover Seder.
Well, my Gentiles, they know everything about God, right? Mm-hmm. They know this book, don't they? Mm-hmm. But they're not privy to that. They know everything, but everything gets over their head.
Yeah, if they were really into this book, then they'd be keeping these holy days too.
I'm saying they wouldn't expose Esau because he cry anti-Semitic, so they have to back off of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, some Gentiles may know something, but they don't want to say anything.
No, not to us anyway.
Yeah.
I tell y'all Negroes nothing. Y'all might learn something. Go ahead, brother.
They know something though.
Huh?
They know something. I told you like the white woman, the Gentile that was in Alabama, came up to me and told me, I like your shirt. Mm-hmm. I had that Yahshua on. And my wife asked her, she said, you know about Yahweh? She said, I sure do.
Sound like a
my wife like, okay. And the white girl said, can I tell you something? She said, sure. What's up? She said, I love you, sister.
Is this an old white woman?
No, you probably know what, maybe 40s.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And she loved it?
She said, can I tell you something? She said, sure, what's up? She said, I love you, sister. He walked off.
You know, the priest, I look at it kind of like the white folks that know don't want to tell us to our face anyway, because it's like, them tell us who we are, like, cuz hey, you my master, you know what I mean? They don't want to say you my master. They don't want to say
Yeah, that's something about it.
because they know that we know, and they know they like telling us you my master, and they don't want to tell us you my master in America.
Yeah, I guess they may be expecting that one day they're going to have to acknowledge that you their masters.
Wow.
Yeah. So what it is, she getting in good with the children of Israel first.
That's what I told my wife. You know what she really wanted to say? Remember me.
Well, people starting to realize something's going on because a lot of brothers and sisters out here talking about this book and saying that they're turning away from Christianity and go back into this book and keeping the law and showing you the contrast, and especially at this time of year when you got these holidays, they put that out there and compare it to Yahweh's holy days. Said, you're not supposed to be keeping these holidays. It's not us. See, this is of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going more and more out there on those platforms. And so I'm amazed to see that, because we've been doing this, Yahweh having us doing this for years. And finally we're seeing it taking effect with some of this generation of people, because we back, 1975?
Been doing this 50 years, ain't it?
Yes, 1975, and now 50 years later, the seeds are bearing fruit. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 46, verse 7. And he shall prepare a meal offering, an ephah for a bullock, and an ephah for a ram, and for the lambs according as his hand shall attain unto, and an hin of oil to an ephah. And when the prince shall enter, he shall go in by the way of the porch of that gate, and he shall go forth by the way thereof. But when the people of the land shall come before Yahweh in the solemn feast, he that entereth in by the way of the north gate to worship shall go out by the way of the south gate. And he that entereth by the way of the south gate shall go forth by the way of the north gate. He shall not return by the way of the gate whereby he came in, but shall go forth over against it.
So when you're going into the temple, you worship and then you leave. It didn't say about having an assembly. It just, you go there and worship, like, you know, normal people worship, bow down, prostrate yourself, whatever. And then you get up and leave. You go back to where you came from. Like in this case here, you can't go back to where you came from. You have to go continue forward. You come from the north gate, you got to go to the south gate and so forth. So that's a little different than what we had before, but nevertheless, he's showing us the way things are going to be, I guess, to handle all the people that are going to be in the land. So we're going to see how that's going to work. Again, like I mentioned before, in Isaiah, Egypt's supposed to have an altar, so I imagine the rest of them are going to have an altar. So in this case, they're going to be doing it the same way and offering up sacrifices to Yahweh. I think the Muslims are trying to bring back animal sacrifices here in America. Yeah. So they got to get past them animal rights people. Humane Society. They ain't going to have that in America. But what you going to do when the Mashiach sets up his kingdom? And this comes back. Yeah, y'all complain then and see what happens. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother.
Ezekiel chapter 46, verse 10. And the prince in the midst of them, when they go in, shall go in, and when they go forth, shall go forth.
Mm-hmm.
And in the feast and in the solemnities, the meal offering shall be an ephah to a bullock, and an ephah to a ram, and to the lambs as he is able to give, and an hin of oil to an ephah. Now when the prince shall prepare a voluntary burnt offering or peace offerings voluntarily unto Yahweh, one shall then open him the gate that looketh toward the east, and he shall prepare his burnt offering and his peace offerings as he did on the Sabbath day. Then he shall go forth, and after his going forth, one shall shut the gate. Thou shalt daily prepare a burnt offering unto Yahweh of a lamb of the first year without blemish. thou shalt prepare it every morning.
Now, what's different in this particular verse here than what's written in the law? There's a difference. It says, thou shalt daily prepare a burnt offering unto Yahweh of the lamb of the first year without blemish. Thou shalt prepare it every morning. So, what does the law say?
So 2 lambs.
2 lambs.
The law says 2 lambs. In Numbers 28 and verse 34, you had a morning and an evening sacrifice of those lambs. So this is a little bit different here. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 46, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt prepare a meal offering for it every morning, the 6th part of an ephah and the 3rd part of an hin of oil, to temper with the fine flour, a meat offering continually by a perpetual ordinance unto Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Thus shall they prepare the lamb and the meal offering and the oil every morning for a continual burnt offering.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, if the prince give a gift unto any of his sons, the inheritance thereof shall be his sons. It shall be their possession by inheritance.
Again, this cannot be David.
They got it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. They clear up that whole thing.
That's right. That's not him.
Yeah.
So we don't know who this guy is, but we're going to have a bunch of sons. Go ahead, Stephen.
Verse 17. But if he give a gift of his inheritance to one of his servants, then it shall be his to the year of liberty. After it shall return to the prince.
Mm-hmm.
But his inheritance shall be his sons for them.
Mm.
Moreover, the prince shall not take up the people inheritance by oppression to thrust them out of their possession, but he shall give his sons inheritance out of his own possession, that my people be not scattered every man from his possession.
Mm-hmm.
After he brought me through the entry which was at the side of the gate, into the holy chambers of the priests, which looketh toward the north, and behold, there was a place on the 2 sides westward. Then said he unto me, this is the place where the priest shall bar the trespass offering and the sin offering, where they shall bake the meal offering, that they bear them not out into the outer court, to sanctify the people.
Mm-hmm.
Then he brought me forth into the outer court, and caused me to pass by the 4 corners of the court, and behold, in every corner of the court there was a court. In the 4 corners of the court there were courts joined of 40 cubits long and 30 broad. These 4 corners were of one measure.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a row of building round about them 4, and it was made with boiling places under the rows round about. Then said he unto me, these are the places of them that boil, where the ministers of the house shall boil the sacrifices of the people.
So that kind of answered the logistical problems of having a whole lot of animals lined up to be sacrifices. Mm-hmm. So now we see that the way this new temple is going to be built, it's going to be much, much bigger, and you're going to have more people employed doing this labor here, preparing the meat to boil. So, but in the beginning, when you got Aaron and his sons, you can't imagine them doing all this all night, all day and all night. But this here says there's going to be a lot of folk in that temple doing these things. Yeah. So they make the sacrifices, but what else? What else do they do? They just make it and then leave? It doesn't say what else they did except offer up the sacrifices. Now, in the case of a sinful person, when he makes his sacrifice, the priest makes atonement for him so that he can be forgiven of his sin, whatever sin he committed. So I imagine that will go along with the sin sacrifice. But does he stay there and listen to the priest make atonement for him for whatever sin it was?
Still got to eat the sacrifice too, right?
Who?
Still got to eat the sacrifices too, right?
Yeah. So again, what do you do besides sacrificing? I mean, we got the law for sacrifices. But what else do you do? Because I'm not talking about the holy days, feast days. I'm talking about this is every day. Because you got meal offerings, and you got peace offerings, and you got sin offerings, and it's an everyday job. So that's what the priest is supposed to do, but it's supposed to be something holy for the children of Israel to do. So back in the day when in that first temple, yeah, it didn't look, when you look at the diagram of it, it's kind of hard to imagine them offering up those animals. But here, with the description of the boiling place, it's going to be a pretty big temple. I don't think Esau's temple is patterned after this. He's about ready to build that thing up. But I don't know if it's patterned after Ezekiel's pattern, because they won't let nobody see it. But they playing a guessing game with the people, because people think they're going to have to knock down the Dome of the Rock and lots of mosque, and that's going to cause a real big problem for those people. So from what I've heard, they found a place by the Gihon Stream, and they're going to build a temple there.
So that's where it's supposed to be again.
That was Shlomo's temple, yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Is there any particular time that they were doing this, or just randomly done?
What we talking about here?
Yes.
No, it doesn't give a timeline on it. I think Shlomo, when he built the first temple, I think it took him 20 years, didn't it?
20 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 years building the temple and his house. But and we're not gonna. I doubt if we have the same technology we got now to build our temple. But Esau, he's got big technology to build that temple in really small length of time.
Yeah, I heard you and Brother Bless say they could just bring pieces and put it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a puzzle, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's how much technology has advanced from these days here. So I don't know if that technology is going to be allowed to build that temple, right? Why don't you wake that sister up over there? Yeah. You not sleeping? Yeah, all right. Now both of them look like they were asleep. Go ahead, Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 1. Afterward he brought me again unto the door of the house, and behold, waters issued out from under the threshold of the house eastward, for the forefront of the house stood toward the east, and the waters came down from the right side of the house at the south side of the altar.
Now this makes us connected to the kingdom of heaven, because this is extraordinary, but it's going to happen in this temple. When we talk about the house, talk about the temple. When it says in verse 1, it says, after he brought me again unto the door of the house, and behold, waters issue out from under the threshold of the house eastward. For the forefront of the house stood toward the east, and the waters came down from the right side of the house at the south side of the altar. So the water's going to be originating in that temple.
Could it be possible this could be the Gashon Springs? It originated from the Gashon Springs, possibly?
No, because of the location of this stream here as opposed to the Gihon Stream. The Gihon Stream is used mostly to keep that blood from settling in the land, but this is coming out of the temple. So we've got two different sources here. Yeah, and besides, they're going to have different roles to play. This is special water here. So the Gihon Spring was just water, but this is special water here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 2. Then brought he me out of the way of the gate northward, and led me about the way without unto the outer gate by the way that looketh eastward. And behold, there ran out waters on the right side. And when the man that had the line in his hand went for eastward, he measured 1,000 cubits, and he brought me through the waters. The waters were to the ankles.
Mm-hmm.
Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters. The waters were to the knees. Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through. The waters were to the loins. Afterward he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over, for the waters were risen, waters to swim in, a river that could not be passed over.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen this? Then he brought me and caused me to return to the brink of the river. Now when I had returned, behold, at the bank of the river were very many trees on the one side and on the other. Then said he unto me, These waters issue out toward the east country, and go down into the desert, and go into the sea, which being brought forth into the sea, the waters shall be healed.
Now, why would the waters need to be healed? Let's read it and see. Let's go to Numbers 16. I mean, not Numbers, Revelation 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're going to see, again, you know how we read the book of Revelation. We go from chapter 8 to chapter 16 and all the things that have come upon the earth. It's going to last 3.5 years, but we're going to stick with just Revelation 16 because it's a total of the things that we read about in Revelation chapter 8. So let's pick this up in Revelation 16 through verse 7. But again, we just read in Ezekiel that the waters come from under the temple is for the healing of the seas. We're going to see why it need to be healed. Go ahead, verse 7.
We'll read 16, 1 through 7.
Revelation 16, 1 through 7.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Elohim upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. And the 7th angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. And the 3rd angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the water say, Thou art righteous, O Adonai, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged thus.
Mm-hmm.
For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. And I heard another out of the altar saying, Even so, Adonai Elohim Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments.
All right, let's go back to Ezekiel. But can you imagine, you know how blood smells when it comes out of a person or even an animal? It stinks. So we're looking at whole oceans and rivers with blood, for blood. No water, just blood. This is going to be a very smelly place. You ain't going to be able to take it. Because again, everything turns to blood, and blood stinks when it's out the body.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take that in consideration. I mean, you know you won't be able to drink anything. But it's going to be an awful smell all over the world. Well, we're talking about that 3.5 years of great tribulation with the beast and the false prophet, and the 9 tribes that are going to go through that. But will that affect us in the wilderness?
Never want to ask, like when we come out to take the kingdom, when we have clean water as we take the kingdom, that was when we come out.
Yeah, I imagine somehow we're going to have clean water because when you go up into Revelation 12, they said we're going to be ministered to for 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they already got getting prepared, whatever it is they're supposed to minister us with.
Yeah.
So clean water be on the menu.
I mean, during those 3.5 years, when the 3.5 years over, when we come out to go and take the kingdom, will there be clean water when we go take it? When the people that's come out the kingdom, y'all will realize before that. You know,
Well, the 3.5 years, yeah, that's when we come out.
Yeah.
And this here, what we just read here, ain't gonna be ready at that time.
I know.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go into some funk. Yeah. We might get a whiff of it while we're out there. I wonder what it is, but nevertheless, when you come out that wilderness, get ready for the funk. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephens.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 9. And it shall come to pass that everything that liveth, which moveth, whithersoever the river shall come, shall live. And there shall be a very great multitude of fish, because these waters shall come thither. But they shall be healed, and everything shall live whither the river cometh.
Now, it said these waters are going to go to the east. Well, what's east of Jerusalem? What's east of Israel? Well, you got, who you got over there now? What the map says, Moab and Ammon and Edom. And right now, Jordan takes the place of Moab and Ammon, from what I hear. I think that the Arabs, the Nabateans, inherited Esau's land. I think those are more than like the Arabs. But east of the water can be flowing eastward. That'll be going towards. Who would that be going towards? Was it Saudi Arabia?
You more about nothing. Oh no. You ain't gonna roll me.
Let me see what's east of the land. Red Sea. You got the Arabian Desert. Got the Nabateans. That's northward. So it doesn't really tell you what's east of the city of Israel.
Like Jordan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia.
So what's Saudi Arabia?
Jordan, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia, all three of them.
Okay, so looking at the waters coming their way. Yeah. I thought Iraq would be north of that.
Well, I mean, like, if you look at the eastward, going to a sea, you got to go through Iraq. Unless it's going to go into the...
Well, is the Mediterranean Sea around there?
Mediterranean Sea to the west.
It's to the north?
It's to the west.
To the west? Of Israel?
Yeah. Mediterranean Sea on the west side of it.
I gotta go back and look at that map. I had the wrong impression. I thought the Mediterranean Sea, because you got the coast of Israel, which used to be the Philistines' land. Well, the coast of Israel had the Mediterranean Sea on it.
Yeah, that's to the west.
That's to the west?
Yeah, because we got Israel. It says east of Israel are Jordan and Palestinians, territories, West Bank, and Gaza Strip.
They're fighting over that Gaza Strip now, aren't they? So that is east of Jerusalem. Okay. Yeah, I know about Moab and Ammon and Edom, but I didn't know about what's beyond them. They're just about to mess that land up anyway, bombing them people to smithereens. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
They would have to have some type of peace for them to deal with that. If they're fighting where they're fighting right now, they have to have some type of peace deal to get broken for them to be able to deal with that too. They can't deal with that getting bombed at the same time. Iran is like, they're not going to quit.
Yeah, I know. That's why they haven't started building it yet. Right now, it's a little bit too hostile for them to be doing some construction work. But I think politics has a lot to do with this, because you got Netanyahu that wants the war to continue so the people can keep their mind on his wickedness. Because they were trying to impeach him, and trying to get him out of office before this war started. They didn't like it. But if it's going to be by the Gihon Springs, they can't hide them buildings because we're talking about a huge construction area. And so with them fighting the way they are now, it might be a waste of time. Cause,
Mount Olive is all Muslims.
yeah, they probably blow it up. They can't build it right now. They got all the equipment and the tools that they need to go inside the temple, but the actual building of the temple hadn't started yet. I think they already got a location for it, but they're not telling nobody. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
So Syria also is east of Jerusalem.
What is that?
Syria.
Korea?
Syria.
Syria. That's east. I thought it was north.
East of Jerusalem.
And since you see Iraq is east of Jerusalem,
When you go past Jordan, you go out to the desert, you got Iraq and Saudi Arabia. You get to the next sea, I guess. Because on the other sea is to the south. That's the the Red Sea. That's to the south. But to the east, you gotta go to where Kuwait is at. You know what I mean? So you gotta go through Iraq and Saudi Arabia to go east. Looking at the map.
I thought it was north because Nineveh is in Iraq, right? Isn't that what Nineveh
Iraq
is?
is to the north and to the east. It's like
That is
it's
there.
to the north and to the east. The southern part of Iraq is to the east.
Yeah,
And the north is like northern Saudi Arabia and southern Iraq is to the east.
yeah. So because the Assyrians took the northern tribes out of the land, and so they came from the north because again Nineveh is supposed to be north of Israel,
That's right.
or Samaria. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Go ahead, man.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 10. And it shall come to pass that the fishes shall stand upon it from En-gedi even unto En-eglaim. They shall be a place to spread forth nets. Their fish shall be according to their kinds, as the fish of the great sea, exceeding many.
What's the Great Sea? Isn't that the Mediterranean? Mediterranean Sea? Isn't that what the Great Sea is? Okay, go ahead. And so, let me read that again. It shall come to pass that fishers shall stand upon it from En-gedi even unto En-eglaim. They shall be a place to spread forth nets. Their fish shall be according to their kinds, as the fish of the great sea, exceeding many. So all the fish life, the ocean life, sea life, river life is coming back, and they're going to be all the water be able to be healed. Now we're looking at, for instance, back in those days, even before that, in the time of Jacob, in the time of his family, they had to have wells for water, and they had to have the wells sealed, so nothing dead falls in there. So I'm looking at this. If the river's going to bring back life, there's something special about these waters. It's because they're life-giving, right? So I'm looking at that might be one of the things we can look forward to, that you're not going to have any bad water in the kingdom of heaven. All the water's going to be clean. Yeah, good, because that might have been our father's problem, because they couldn't drink the water, so they drank a lot of wine. So it made them act a fool. Go ahead, Steph.
What did you say the Great Sea was?
Mediterranean. Yeah. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 11. But the miry places thereof and the marishes thereof shall not be healed, they shall be given to salt.
Mm-hmm.
And by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine.
So again, this water is not ordinary water.
Right.
Because look what's growing from the water coming to these places, and it's going to be burning forth trees that's going to be used for medicine. So what would be the point of having a doctor and a nurse? So you can break off a leaf and chew it, and you be good to go. The fever broke, your leg healed, everything. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 13. Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, this shall be the border whereby you shall inherit the land according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Yosef shall have two portions. and you shall inherit it, one as well as another, concerning the which I lifted up mine hand to give it unto your fathers, and this land shall fall unto you for inheritance. And this shall be the border of the land toward the north side, from the great sea, the way of Hethlon, as men go to Zedad, Hamath, Berothah, Zipraim, which is between the border of Damascus and the border of Hamath, Hazar Hadikon, which is by the coast of Haran.
Now, I know if you look at the diagrams of this, the way the land is going to be divided when you return back into the land, we're going to be cover more land than Yahweh gave our fathers. So the land that we're going to be given, we go all the way through Syria, which I think is what Esau is trying to do in the great Israel expansion. They're trying to get America to destroy Syria, get somebody to destroy Syria, but so they can implement the Israel expansion plan. Yeah, but nobody's falling for it. Yeah. So go ahead, because again, they read this, and they know that they're supposed to have more land than what they got now. But I imagine they figured that nobody would catch on with what they were doing, and have it mean anything. But we read about it now. It means more to us than it does to them.
People starting to realize they're not supposed to have land they have now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're supposed to be God's chosen people. Now, where your God at?
I remember you said that little had people say, I'm in this land illegally.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
And he knows what time it is.
Yeah.
But you were saying those Gentile converts, they the one pushed for in that land, right?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that.
Yeah. You got Ashkenazi was a European Jews, and which, if that's such a thing, it's almost like being an African American. It don't make sense at all. But nevertheless, they say it's 98% of those people that call themselves Jews are not Jews, and that's old news to us. But they continue on with this facade of saying that they're Jewish, and that people hurt their feelings when you talk about them. Call them anti-Semitic. There's something wrong with your mind, or you just doing this on purpose so you won't have to discuss that you're not the real Jews.
I think it's the latter. Yeah. You know better.
Yeah, you could go to jail because they think you said something against the Jews. You lose your job. Where'd that come from?
And I heard you say something else too, even in Germany. They say you don't go against the Holocaust, so you
Right.
could be in trouble over there in Germany.
Go to jail.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have reports, I guess about 10, 15 years ago, they had a video of Auschwitz, and that's supposed to be the big number one furnace over there, but they looked at the logistics of the furnace and the grounds, they couldn't justify saying that 6 million of them were burned alive all over the place because they didn't have equipment to burn the body that fast. You look at the crematory today, they don't, back in them days, they didn't have a crematory we got today, so they can burn up faster, but it still may take an hour or two. So back in those days, it wasn't nothing strange when the crematory, when the furnace would break down, and they had to repair it. And plus, they couldn't find all the graves of those 6 million people. So it was an Edomite that put that film together. But we ain't heard from him lately. The last 10 years, so.
6 million of them people waited around to get cremated.
Yeah. Well, they gassed them first.
Gas and whatever. They waited for that.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, but it's another side to the story coming out now that about Hitler, saying that these people had turned people into homosexuals and had began the pornography industry, and they charge interest on loans. So Hitler said, no, you can't do that here. y'all got to get out now. But they turned him into Satan for doing that. So, well, the man was kind of a little off because I think he wanted to rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
So he made the mistake of trying to take on Russia. So you're not thinking real bright on that. You can't take on the bear. So he paid the price for it. All them German soldiers died in that Russian winter.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be up there messing around with that right stuff on. So yeah, they died. But again, back to this here. This is again our territory is going to be expanding toward Syria. But go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 17. And the border from the sea shall be Hazar Enan, the border of Damascus, and the northward, and the border of Hamath, and this is the north side.
Yeah, so everything before Damascus, yeah, that'll be ours. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Verse 18. And the east side you shall measure from Haran, and from Damascus, and from Gilead, and from the land of Israel by Jordan, from the border unto the east sea, and this is the east side.
So when you get a chance, Facebook and YouTube, you can Google this too. The dividing of the land, or the division of the land in Ezekiel's prophecy. And you'll see that they got a good picture of the lineup. It's not nothing like it was when my father first went into the land, because you got some of the tribe in other tribe land. Like Benjamin was in Judah's land. But you couldn't tell because they crossed each other. But here it's going to be geometrical in that they're going to be lined up one on top of the other, all the way down to even past the holy city Jerusalem, and further down north, southward. It's not going to be as close to Damascus as the rest of those tribes, but nevertheless, it's not going to be all mixed up like it was before. You're going to know where your borders are. You're going to know what part of the land you're in because of the way it's drawn up. But again, when you get a chance, Google that. Google the Ezekiel's dividing of the tribes. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 47, verse 19. And the south side, southward from Tamar, even to the waters of strife in Kadesh, the river to the great sea, and this is the south side, southward.
Mm-hmm.
The west side also shall be the great sea from the border, till a man come over against Hamath. This is the west side. So shall you divide this land unto you according to the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that you shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. They shall have inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that in what tribe the stranger sojourner, there shall you give him his inheritance, saith the Adonai Elohim.
So, are you telling me that we're going to have that much space that a stranger can inherit part of the land? That means that there may not be that much of us if we come back into the land that we can afford to give strangers part of our land. That's what the book said. The prophet said, I can't argue with that. But Yahweh got his own plan, so just hope you get there to see it.
So, it's just been saying, just say we got, let's say 45 million Israelites. And we leave this country, we're probably going to lose some of the Ham's land. But it's not, it probably won't even be 15 million now people go in that land with it.
Yeah.
Just a guess. Would it be that many?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the way it's staying divided up. It's still not that much land.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it like you're looking at it. It can't be that many of us going into the land. Look at it when our fathers came out of Egypt. they, as far as men of war were concerned, they were over 600,000 men of war. But it didn't count the women and children, nor did it count the cattle and the sheep. So it was still a big crowd, but they filled the land. Now you looking at us coming into the land. This is a lot more of us than it was of them. So what you got, about 40, 60 million people of us here in America. We don't know how many of the children of Israel, the house of Judah in Africa. And then you got in the islands, and then you got Brazil.
It's a lot of people, bro.
That's my point. So it's gonna be kind of hard for me to see now. All Jake is all over the world, but it's hard for me to see that many of the house of Judah being in the land.
So, Ella, if we got, just say, on the conservative side, we got 40 million people here.
Mm-hmm.
And with those people on the island in Africa, you're talking about over 100 million people easily, right?
Yeah.
So something got to happen on the way to that wilderness.
I don't know, man. Some of them may not want to come.
Yeah,
I'm looking at that too.
Yeah. Well, you made a good point about those, you told me years ago about those brothers in Brazil thinking they ham. That may be Yahweh's way of getting rid of them. They can just drop off in the ham's land.
Yeah, all that's going to be destroyed over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking at, like, the only reason I say that is because when we upload clips to TikTok, and when I'm talking, what they got me talking about going back into the land, you got some responses that say we're not leaving nowhere. We're going to stay here. America is Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what did they say? Because we talked about this other. I think they said that the Gulf of Mexico was the Red Sea.
God.
And the Mississippi River was a Nile.
I ain't going to be able to read. You keep going on that. This Mississippi River is now.
Hey, that's out there. I'll just let you know it's out there. So don't be surprised at the things come in people's mind about us, why they not leaving, because they figure America is the promised land. It's actually Israel. And what happened, that we were here first, and they sold us to the Africans. And now we're back home again. That is what's out there.
That's confusion, bro.
I know. But again, that's what's out there, bro. I'm just saying. I didn't make it up. I just react to it. People tell me, and what I see on TikTok, they got something to say, and they're pretty adamant about it. So can't argue with it. So there's a lot of different doctrines out there, and like I said, some of the doctrine is that they're Indians, and so America's their home, so they're going to stay here. And we just haven't seen, they haven't shown you any black Indians, but there were black Indians according to what they say.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't realize is that when they were making up the census in the beginning of this country's history, they counted the Indians as Negroes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's why they get it mixed up, thinking that the Indians were Negro, but no, they just didn't have a name for you. Just lump you in there with the Negroes. But that's just for their convenience. But no, the Indians had us as slaves too, so what you gonna do? Go ahead, brother.
I did not know that. I learned something the other day. So the Indians was locked in with us on census time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah. You white folk, man. They did what they had to do to get this bad boy going. So here we are, drinking bottled water, driving cars, and all. They got good paying jobs, got houses and everything. So we can't complain too much. So go ahead, brother Seven.
Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 1. Now these are the names of the tribes. From the north end to the coast of the way of Hethlon, as one go up to Hamath, Hazar-Enan, the border of Damascus, northward to the coast of Hamath. For these are his sides, east and west, a portion for Dan. And by the border of Dan, from the east side unto the west side, a portion for Asher. And by the border of Asher from the east side even unto the west side, a portion for Naphtali. And by the border of Naphtali from the east side unto the west side, a portion for Manasseh. And by the border of Manasseh from the east side unto the west side, a portion for Ephraim. And by the border of Ephraim from the east side even unto the west side, a portion for Reuben. And by the border of Reuben from the east side unto the west side, a portion for Yehudah. And by the border of Yehudah from the east side unto the west side shall be the offering which you shall offer of 25,000 reeds in breadth and in length as one of the other parts from the east side unto the west side, and the sanctuary shall be in the midst of it. The oblation that you shall offer unto Yahweh shall be of 25,000 in length and of 10,000 in breadth.
So again, this would be the city of Jerusalem. So you got all those tribes up to Judah, bordering Damascus. But after you get past the city, that's when the tribes pick back up. We're going to see that. But they're too low geographically to border up with Syria, with Damascus, and so they're just going to have the plot not as big as Judah and the aforementioned tribes before, but they're still going to have their own land. Still going to be geometrically even as far as how the size of the land itself. Go ahead, Brother Stephen. So what we have here is now after Judah, now we're talking about the city of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 10. And for them, even for the priests, shall be this holy oblation. Toward the north, 25,000 in length, and toward the west, 10,000 in breadth, and toward the east, 10,000 in breadth, and toward the south, 25,000 in length. And the sanctuary of Yahweh shall be in the midst thereof.
Now consider this. Levi did not have any portion in Israel.
Right.
Now they got something. They got the city. If you remember when they were out in the wilderness, the Levites camped all around the tabernacle to keep people from coming too close to that tabernacle. If they come too close, they'll die. And so what we have here in verse 10, it says, and for them, even for the priests, shall be this holy oblation toward the north side, north 25,000 in length, and toward the west 10,000 in breadth, and toward the east 10,000, and toward the east 10,000 in breadth, and toward the south 25,000 in length. And the sanctuary of Yahweh shall be in the midst of. Again, the temple is going to be in the midst of the city, and so they're going to have that same arrangement where the priests and the Levites will be surrounding that city and that temple, like they did out there in the with the tabernacle in the wilderness. Go ahead, Brother Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 11. It shall be for the priests that are sanctified of the sons of Zadok, which have kept my charge, which went not astray when the children of Israel went astray, as the Levites went astray.
Mm-hmm.
And this oblation of the land that is offered shall be unto them a thing most holy by the border of the Levites.
Mm-hmm.
And over against the border of the priests the Levites shall have 25,000 in length and 10,000 in breadth. All the length shall be 25,000 and the breadth 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall not sell of it, neither exchange nor alienate the first fruits of the land, for it is holy unto Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5,000 that are left in breadth over against the 25,000 shall be a profane place for the city, for dwelling, and for suburbs. And the city shall be in the midst thereof. And these shall be the measures thereof: the north side 4,500, and the south side 4,500, and on the east side 4,500, and the west side 4,500.
Mm-hmm.
And the suburbs of the city shall be toward the north 250, and toward the south 250, and toward the east 250, and toward the west 250.
Mm-hmm.
And the residue in length over against the oblation of the holy portion shall be 10,000 eastward and 10,000 westward, and it shall be over against the oblation of the holy portion, and the increase thereof shall be for food unto them that serve the city.
Mm-hmm.
And they that serve the city shall serve it out of all the tribes of Israel.
So that is the population of the city of Jerusalem, the Church of Israel. Now, if you're not an Israelite, you shouldn't be in that city unaccompanied. So if somebody walk up to you and say, who you come from? Who's supposed to be with you? Just like they did back in these days. So you have to belong to somebody.
That thing flipped on me.
Hey,
He said,
bro.
boy, what you doing over here on this side of town?
Call him boy.
Yeah, what you doing over here? I don't see no lawn equipment behind your car, your truck. What you doing here?
You can't wait till that happens, do you?
But things have to change. I guess by the time we're in the wilderness and going to the land, because I can't imagine having strangers serving me. That's hard. And that,
they're gonna have their own place. You know, you're gonna have a plantation, Steve, or a
yeah, I know,
house
but
for the service.
my mind said everything gonna have to change. Like one sister said, I don't want no white woman in my house, clean my house.
Why not?
Just don't want. I mean, the way we're treated now, it's just kind of hard. Imagine we don't trust nobody that much, to have somebody around that close to your house. I mean, yeah, they come by, might work on your house, plumbing or something, but they out of there. It ain't like they, you calling them and they come fix something, they gone. But just around you, it ain't nothing about hatred or nothing. It's just not used to stuff like that.
Who you want to take care of you then?
I would have some white folks and Hamites.
Oh, no, I don't want to deal with Ham.
So you don't want white people. You don't want no Hamite, no
If it
Africans.
come down to Ham and what Gentiles, I'd rather have a Gentile. I don't want Ham around me. No,
Yeah, they gonna be changed though.
I know about it's something about Ham.
Yeah, well, you got to take that hatred and racism out of you, Steve. You can't have
No,
that
it
in the
ain't about
kingdom.
that though. But it's just like now, I'm 70, going on 73 years old, and I'm still Gentiles are strange to me. They're just strange to me.
Well, we're strange to them.
I know. I look at them and and I work with them. I have no problem with them. They treat me all right, but they're strange.
Well, that don't mean they can't help you.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, that's-
They'll help you now quicker than your own people.
yeah, I know, but they're gonna need work to do too, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
And they're gonna grab hold to your skirt and say, "We will go with you because we
That's
heard
right.
Yahweh is with you."
And you Gentiles out there, I'm old school. That's all. I'm just old school. No, they understand me. I just told them I don't hate them.
You can't get to the kingdom of heaven with hate in your heart.
I don't hate them. I just say they.
You just don't want to be around them.
Well, like I said, I've never been around them no more than working.
Yeah.
I'm old school, I seen how they hated my people, in the 50s and 60s and all that. So
So you hold that against them.
no, not really. I just stay in my place. I stay in my lane, like you said. I stay in my lane. That's all.
Keep it wrong.
Yeah, that's all. I don't hate Gentiles. I tell you what, say anytime Gentiles, one thing about it, anytime something happens, like you said, if some house caught on fire, he run down the street, he don't even put the car in drive, park. He jump out the car, and he don't care who it is.
I know.
I ain't got all against those people.
I know.
I'm just used to being around my own people.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So when you're in an accident, your own people gonna take all the money out your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah,
Boy.
you will. You're right.
Take a picture while you in the house on fire.
Yeah. I didn't like it nowhere because he had that big house.
Go ahead. See, I'm gonna need a servant, bro. I'm sorry. That- you see my apartment, man.
I know, but
You'll need 2 or 3.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be a
full-time job for me.
It be the mindset. It just be the mindset. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. Where was I at, brother?
Yeah. Go ahead,
Ezekiel
man.
48. What verse was that? Oh, yeah, 19. Ezekiel 48, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
And they that serve the city shall serve it out of all the tribes of Israel. All the oblations shall be 5 and 20,000 by 5 and 20,000. You shall offer the holy oblation foursquare with the possession of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And the residue shall be for the prince on the one side, and on the other of the holy oblation, and of the possession of the city, over against the 5 and 20,000 of the oblation toward the east border, and westward over against the 5 and 20,000 toward the west border, over against the portions for the prince, and it shall be the holy oblation, and the sanctuary of the house shall be in the midst thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, from the possession of the Levites, and from the possession of the city, being in the midst of that which is the princes between the border of Yehuda and the border of Benjamin, shall be for the prince. As for the rest of the tribes from the east side unto the west side, Benjamin shall have a portion.
So again, this prince is going to have his own land. That's nowhere written in the law, in the Torah, that the high priest had his own land. They lived in suburbs, but this guy has his own land. Whoever this guy is, I don't know who he is, but he's special. He ain't like the rest of the tribes of Israel, because they're dwelling among themselves. But he's dwelling apart from the rest of them.
And those things say what tribe you come out of.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 24. And by the border of Benjamin from the east side unto the west side, Simeon shall have a portion. And by the border of Simeon from the east side unto the west side, Issachar a portion. And by the border of Issachar from the east side unto the west side, Zebulun a portion. And by the border of Zebulun from the east side unto the west side, Gad a portion. And by the border of Gad at the south side southward, the border shall be even from Tamar unto the waters of strife in Kadesh, and to the river toward the great sea.
Mm-hmm.
This is the land which you shall divide by lot unto the tribes of Israel for inheritance, and these are their portions, saith the Adonai Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the goings out of the city on the north side, 4,500 measures. And the gates of the city shall be after the names of the tribes of Israel, 3 gates northward, 1 gate of Reuben, 1 gate of Yehuda, 1 gate of Levi. And at the east side, 4,500, and 3 gates, and 1 gate of Yosef, 1 gate of Benjamin, 1 gate of Dan. And at the south side, 4,500 measures, and 3 gates. 1 gate of Simeon, 1 gate of Issachar, 1 gate of Zebulun. At the west side, 4,500, with their 3 gates, 1 gate of Gad, 1 gate of Asher, 1 of Naphtali. It was round about 18,000 measures, and the name of that city from that date shall be Yahweh Shammah.
Now, you notice whenever they read the book of Revelation, when they sealed 144,000 in Revelation 7, what they did, they left Dan out, I think, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They left Dan out the lineup and instead put Manasseh or Ephraim up in there to take Dan's place. So they ran with that. But in the city itself, Dan's name is on one of those gates. So, again, that was error by the translators who put that book together, the book of Revelation. They I don't know why they would leave one of the, they would replace one of the tribes with another tribe. It doesn't make sense. But people are taking that and ran with it, said, well, them people down there in Africa, well, they part of Dan. It's always black people. Always black people part of Dan. Can't be part of nobody else. Always Dan. Those Hebrew brothers in South Africa. I forgot they call them. But they call them of the tribe of Dan too.
Everybody Dan, eh?
Huh?
Everybody Dan. Remember those
Lumber tribe. That's who they are. The Lumber tribe.
Colossians came up into Israel, and Esau's couple was about to be blown, and he said, "We're Jews, but this is our brother Dan."
Everybody of the tribe of Dan, as far as they're concerned. Can't be the tribe of nobody else. Issachar, Zebulon, can't fix him with nobody.
And we got two tribes, right?
Uh-huh.
Esau, he's Judah, he's a Jew, and we're Dan. What are the other 10 tribes? That is Dan.
Well, see, like I said, I didn't count on people actually reading the Bible.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you got people asking questions about y'all. Y'all don't fit this book at all, do you? I said, yeah, we've been lying. I mean, they had a audio of these people saying that, yeah, we know we're not the Jews. This was a big-time Edomite. He was the author of something. I think he might have been the author of the 13th tribe. Y'all heard of that book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was letting them know that, yeah, we know that we're imposters.
Right.
We're not really Jews. They were laughing about it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and they was accused of using people to further their means and said, yeah, that's what we've been doing. We've been using people. So the cover's being blown. More and more Yahweh's people starting to wake up and start to make some noise. And so we're going to see what's going to happen. Now that was all at Ezekiel. Trying to see here. I think we got time for Daniel chapter 1, Brother Stephen.
Daniel chapter 1, verse 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Yehuda, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, into Jerusalem and besieged it. And Yahweh gave Jehoiakim, king of Yehuda, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of Elohim, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his God. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes' children, in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning in knowledge and understanding science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learning and the tongue of the Chaldeans.
Mm-hmm.
And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king.
Mm-hmm.
Now among these were of the children of Yehuda, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave unto Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now Elohim had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my master the king, who have appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worse likened than the children which are of your sort? Then shall you make me endanger my head to the king. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat. And as you see, deal with your servants.
Mm-hmm.
So he consented to them in this matter, and proved them 10 days. And at the end of 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat.
Mm-hmm.
Thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them vegetables. As for these 4 children, Elohim gave them knowledge and skill and all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Now at the end of the days that the king had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king.
Mm-hmm.
And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel continued even until the first year of King Cyrus.
All right, Stephen, I don't want to go no further than this. I'm going to stop right here. Yahweh willing, we'll pick it up next week. But before we dismiss, does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Psalm 19. I looked this word up, but I was still lost.
What verse?
Verse 13.
Verse 13.
What would be an example of a presumptuous sin?
Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. When you presume to do something you know is sinful.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it means. Yeah.
You got your mindset already, you're going to do it if you already know it's sinful.
Then you already done it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's look at how that word presumptuous is used in Numbers 18, I think. Let me see here. Let's see here. Okay. Let me see here. That's not quite it. Might be. Let's try. I tell you what. Let's try Numbers 32. In Numbers 30, actually Numbers 35, let's see here. Make sure this is correct. And Numbers 35, let me see here. I was trying to find the law that says when you murder someone that For instance, if you murder someone, then you have to be killed, right? Let me see. I'm trying to find what they would use in the word presumptuously. Yeah, here it is. In Numbers 21, it says, in Numbers 21, verse 12, he that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death. If a man lie not in wait, but Elohim deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar that he may die.
Numbers 21?
Numbers 21 and verse 14.
Yeah. Still, that's
You see how it's being used there when you do something on purpose?
that's not 21:14. You in another chapter somewhere. There.
I'm sorry, Exodus.
That's where I thought you wanted to go to anyway. I'm thinking about that.
I said numbers?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even listen to what I was saying. Y'all forgive me for that. Facebook, YouTube, CIA, FBI. I'm sorry, Exodus 21 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Now you apply that to Psalm 19, when it says, prevent me from presumptuous sins. So you see how it's being used? So you're doing something on purpose. Yeah. Does anyone else, is that it?
I got another question.
Okay.
I know we went over this thing probably before, but I think it's good in there. Let's say let's say King Ezekiah, King Josiah, they're resurrected. Will they still be kings in the kingdom, or will they be regulated down to princes or something?
Who?
King, let's say King
The kings of
Hezekiah,
Israel, the kings of Judah?
King Hezekiah, King Josiah of Judah. King Hezekiah.
Will they be raised back up?
If they raise back up, now if they raise back up, will they still be considered kings?
No, they're going to be considered priests.
Priests.
Yeah. That'll be their new occupation when you look up in Revelation chapter 20. So they'll be priests to Yahweh, to Elohim, and to the Mashiach. No titles.
So just David had that title to king.
Yeah, everybody that's raised up will be priests. Yeah. So, I mean, you look at the resurrection, the way the Mashiach described it, say they neither marry nor are given to marry as the angels. But they're going to be under the rulership of Elohim and the Mashiach, too. They're going to be in that temple with them. Yeah. Is that it? Okay. Now let's see what's on chat. I'm sorry, Elder.
The Mashiach, he had brothers, right?
Yeah, he had brothers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now where did the brothers come from? From his father, or was that through his mother?
Through his mother.
Mary?
You go up into John chapter 7.
Yes.
You see that he had named his brothers and sisters. No, it did. It said in verse 5, it's talking about going to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. It says, for neither did his brethren believe in him. And then y'all should, again, this was Numbers chapter 7, verse 5. So they didn't believe in him. So even though they were going to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, let me see if I can find a little bit more here. Let's see here. I don't see it right away, but yeah, he had brothers and sisters. Now, remember now, the Mashiach was the firstborn.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't find it. I was searching like crazy for it.
Couldn't find where he was the firstborn?
Yeah. So
What?
if he was the first, well, yeah, he was the firstborn, all right, for us. But I'm talking.
No, firstborn of Mary.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
him be the
Because
firstborn.
remember, she was a virgin, right?
He had children
Well, she got married to Yosef,
That's right.
right? When Yosef found her, she's already ready to deliver.
That's right. That's right.
They tried to get him, get out of here, because you know what she did,
That's right.
right? So he didn't know Mary until after that boy was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got you.
Yeah.
James and Jude that's written here in the epistles, those are his brothers too, right?
What now? Who?
James and Jude, they consider his brothers.
The house of Judah?
No, James and Jude.
James and Jude, the ones who wrote
James.
the ones who wrote the book of James and the book of Jude, they consider his brothers, right?
They say Jude was one of his brothers, but you had a bunch of James at that time too. So we don't know which one was that. The one that was in Acts 15, or actually the book of James. They got somebody called James the Lesser. So we don't know. Last I counted, I think it might be about 5 James up in there, 4 or 5 James. So we don't know which one of them was the Mashiach brother. They just call him James, but they don't let you know that that's his actual brother, except for Paul. Didn't Paul mention that James was his brother?
Yeah,
Yeah, Paul did mention that.
that was in,
But was he that James that was mentioned in Acts chapter 15? Or is that James that mentioned in the book of James? Which James was it? Yeah. So I that's about all I can say about it. Yeah. Is that it? Okay, let's see. Let's see what else. Let's see what's on the chat. Got a bunch of folk on here. I got Mordecai, I believe that's who that is. Nisha Kimbrough on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Shalom, Mother. Mother Akaya. Shalom. But Ahaya, Yehuda, Shalom. But they got their name, the way they got it spelled out now, man. I saw for me to put the names together. Shalom, Elder Tobiah. Shalom, Yashar, is love. Shalom, Brother Abraham. Shalom, Sister Nariah. Shalom. Now, is that David Reed or David Reed? David? David? Okay. Shalom, Brother David. Shalom, Brother Al-Hayam, Sister Malaka. Shalom, Brother Kevin Birch. Shalom, Brother Eliyahu. Shalom, Shamian Yasharala, Elder. Shalom, Brother Malachi. Shalom, Cujo Goody. No. So where we gonna grow up, bro? You pushing 100, man.
The new covenant. That's the sign. The new covenant.
Shalom, Sister Makaya. Shalom, Sister Susie Garman. Shalom, Isha 777. Shalom, Brother Yosef. Shalom, Esha Yasharada. Shalom, Elder Hiram. Shalom, Mickey Anderson. Shalom, Brother Terry Outlaw. Shalom, Sister Kimberly Israel. Shalom, Jeannie Jones, Mother Reuben. Please continue keeping me in your prayers for your full recovery. Thank you so much, Mother Reuben. We got you, Mother. Shalom, Hedge. Shalom, Mother Marcia. Shalom, Sister Nabai. Shalom, Bas, Sale. I can't pronounce the name quite right. At Abyssal Law, I guess. Forgive me for mispronouncing your name. Coming back to my roots, peace, fam. Shalom, Trey Kingfish Mana. Shalom, Kimberly Israel. See, that's why I don't like you over here, Steve, when I'm reading these things out. she has no respect. These people
Keep reading.
took time out they schedule and watch our Bible study. I ain't gonna say what he doing, folks. But y'all keep watching. Don't pay no attention to Steve. Shalom, Melinda Curry. Shalom, Elder. What's the elder name? Azariah. Shalom. Shalom, Elder Azariah. Shalom, Ezra ben Israel. Shalom, Elder Mikael. Elder Mick. Shalom, Humble Rollers. ATL. Shalom, Brother Jacob. Shalom, Lonely Redwolf. Shalom, David Reed. So what house would that priest come out of? The house or that weed or after Levitical priesthood? Oh, is he talking about the prince?
House of God weed. He asked him which that weed is that weed. When he's coming from the house.
This is Dawid here. And he's talking about who he's talking about.
He said when he says, so what house would that priest come out of the house or that weed or after the Levitical priesthood?
What does it mean by weed?
Weed. I guess he's talking about weed.
You can't call the man Dawid when you get in the kingdom, man. You can't say, hey, weed.
No, you did not. I don't think so.
Somebody fall on it, man. No, we don't know who that priest is, that prince is. That's who he's referring to. We don't know who he is. He doesn't tell you because he's doing the things that Judah doesn't do. Because Judah, except for King David, that may offer something unto Yahweh, but we don't know who this prince is. He doesn't give us a tribe or anything who he is. We've been trying to figure this out for the longest, and we haven't figured it out yet. This is an unknown entity that is put into the future, but we don't know. He has the duty of a priest, but he has his own land. All right, his house is not among the priests, among the Levites. The Levites are in the city, but he's outside the city. Shalom, Ezra ben Israel. I think I missed somebody. Shalom, Brother Obi. Yeah, Hodiah. Okay. Shalom, Brother Hodiah. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss nobody else. Oh yeah, David. Yeah, David. This is still a mystery, my brother. Shalom, Brother Hodiah. Shalom, Brother Obi. Shalom, Brother Ezra. Elder, when you mentioned there would be a temple in Egypt, and perhaps in Gentile land, that makes perfect sense. It would be hard to travel to Israel multiple times from across the world. Well, praise Yahweh, Brother Ezra. It's a shot in the dark. Shalom, Brother Benaiah. Shalom, Morning Crisp. Shalom, Repentant Judah. Shalom, Nia the P. Shalom, Mr.
You may want to read all of his stuff. So I try to.
Who?
This guy, he's about to read.
This one about to read?
Yeah.
Mikowski? Yeah. What is this? You Christian? Boy, did he make a wrong turn. Yeah, you made a wrong turn, but you got him out? You fell on him?
He kept on. He's trying to figure it out. So
okay. See, I see what you said. No Christian here. We are the Church of Israel. Praise Yah. Shalom, Brother Yamayahu. Let's see. Holy Yahweh be magnified. It's shut down on my side. Shabbat service. I guess he said he lost his service. Shabbat service on Shabbat. Yeah, that happens a lot, man. It doesn't happen to everybody. Why it's always happening to you? It's Sister Rachel. Shalom.
Same guy.
Oh, okay, same guy. Okay. So he's just asking questions. Okay. All right, trying to figure this out, huh?
I believe he's Gentile Christian read this.
Shalom, Brother Alahayim, Ben Yasharala, praise Yah. Well, he's a Christian, that's for sure. If you're willing to endure how can be saved, Mr. Elder, my elder, Shabbat was on fire. All them Edomite was listening. They started to disappear little by little. Then the service went down, fire. But praise Yah, man. So you guys got the Father, the Son, and but no Holy Spirit. What? That Catholic Church did a number on these people, man. Clarence Marx and Sister Yulita, Shalom. Yirmiyahu says, if you're willing to endure how can be saved, my elder Shabbat was on fire. All them Edomite was listening. I think I just read that. He's put up again? Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you're confused because you're a Christian. We don't expect any Christian to understand what the Bible is saying. So your Christianity has more to do with emotionalism than what's actually written in the Bible. We read what the Bible says. Christians do not, because they do not know how to read it. And all you're getting, get understanding. Stay tuned. Good remark. Why you don't answer? Because you're a Christian. All I know, y'all reading Bible but don't believe in Holy Trinity. I'm confused and I need answers. The Catholic Church put that in the Bible. All right, there is no such thing as the Holy Trinity. That's why you don't understand it. Be patient, elder. We'll answer your question. Y'all's will. He's about to answer the question in chat. The teacher will answer you, and I did not say we do not believe in the Holy Spirit, but you practicing a religion, man. There's nothing religious about the Bible. If you actually read it, you would see that the Bible is a history book about Yahweh and the children of Israel. It has nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity came out of the Catholic Church, actually came out of the Roman Empire under Constantine. But nevertheless, it is a Gentile religion. It's not meant for everybody. Christianity is not meant for us. It's only meant for white people. Let's see. You say you don't believe in the Holy Trinity. No, we do not.
It ain't in the book.
Shalom, Brother Adrian. Let's see here.
I see the word Trinity and rapture in the Bible. I believe it. I ain't seen neither one of them words.
Thank you for... What is this? Look at the emojis. Is that from... that's an Osanaki. That the same guy? That's somebody else? Okay. That's Cujo. Boy, he got a bunch of aliases, bro. He must be on the lam. Yeah, but the Trinity came from the Catholic Church. That's why you believe in the Trinity. I know you're not Catholic, but you believe in the Catholic doctrine. I bet you go to church on Sunday too. Nobody goes to church on Sunday in the Bible. They always, all through the Bible, they're keeping the Sabbath day holy. So yeah, you are a Christian. Therefore, you do not know what we're talking about, because what we talk about is out of the Bible. It is not a religion. You know more about your religion than we do. We know that there's nothing. Christ did not bring a religion to the people, and Paul did not bring religion to the Gentiles. Paul never said one time that he was a Christian, and Christ never said he was a Christian. None of the apostles said that they were Christian, but yet you are a Christian. You don't even know why. There's nothing. It doesn't say anything about a Christian being saved. Yeah, I know, but nevertheless, there is no such thing as the Trinity. It goes against the law, because when you read the Shema, the Shema said, "Hear, O Israel, Yahweh Elohim is one, not three." Okay, so it goes against the rest of the Bible if you believe in the Trinity. So that means you don't believe in the Bible. So why are you calling us if you don't believe in the Bible? And you cannot believe it because you cannot understand it because you're a Christian. Simple as that. Because when you read that Bible, you're looking for something Christianity, you're looking for something Christian in the Bible, and you're not going to find it. Yeah, I know, man. But Christ did not. Have you ever read the Gospels? Do you really believe that you follow Christ? Let me read some in the Gospels here. Let's see if you have ever read this. This is in John chapter 4. Let me read you something and see if you're still a Christian.
You instruct him marriage, because he won't go nowhere. You done put some doubt in his mind.
Well, praise God.
Yeah. He, yeah.
So I
This-
showed some mercy if he said he was confused.
Yeah, you done busted up some
What?
stuff, bro.
So I'm trying to show him some mercy because he said he was confused.
Of course you're confused. You're supposed to be confused. A Christian cannot read the Bible and understand it. We have. Yahweh been merciful to us and showing us what the Bible is actually saying. Right? We have been merciful to you because you're a Christian. Now look at this. This is in John chapter 4, and see if your Jesus says this. This is John chapter 4, verse 22. This is the Messiah talking to the Samaritan woman. And verse 22, it said, "You worship you know not what. We know what we worship because salvation for salvation is of the Jews." Where's the Christianity in that? What is it? He said, I mean, I'm new being atheist. Well, yeah, you chose the wrong path. You would have been better if you were still an atheist, to be honest with you. Because I know if you're atheist, atheists do read the Bible. That's why they don't call themselves Christians. So I'm surprised that you used to be an atheist and you turned to Christianity. Look at what Paul says in Romans chapter 11 and verse. I'm going to pick this up at verse 25 to verse 27. Look at what it says here. "For I will not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. And so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and turn away ungodliness from Jacob. For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins." So does your Christianity say anything like that? You being a Christian, did you know that? That all Israel shall be saved? It didn't say Christians going to be saved. Does your Christianity say that salvation is of the Jews? Of course not. But that is what is written. Now, are you going to tell me what is written is wrong? That this is a lie? So you see the conflict between your Christianity and what's actually written in the Bible. So you got a choice. You can continue on in your Christianity, or you can believe what the Bible says. You got a choice because they're not the same.
He truly Jeremiah 16 and 19. He truly Jeremiah 16 and 19.
Oh, he did that?
I said, no, he truly is.
Yeah. He probably want to do it. But see, we can't take him there either. What's a Jeremiah? I'm afraid you are already pagan if you believe in Catholics. Let me see here. Okay, somebody follow me. The devil is trying to get you, elder. Follow me. Look, Yahweh put up with my dumb ass. So if he can put up with me, I can put up with people that are lost, that think that they know but they don't know. So I'm gonna be patient, just like Yahweh was patient with me. So I wouldn't call him a devil though, brother Yahoo. He just happened to pull us up and he just wondered what the hell we're about. Shalom Lion 144, your future master. Christians and Catholics are pagans who don't follow, know, or study the Bible. Well, yeah, that's what I've been saying. What, you want me to be pagan? Yes, you are pagan. So you're telling me only Jews are saved? No, I'm telling you all Israel shall be saved. We're talking about all 12 tribes. All right? So, did somebody answer my question here?
You tell them they keep popping in.
Yeah, listen, this is my format, this is my platform. Let me answer this guy, all right? Leave him, stay out of our conversation.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you do. You deal with our website. Okay. Go to our website and check us out, and because we'll be here all day with this, and see what we're about. And no animosity towards you, because I know if you're a Christian, then you just don't know no better. So I'm not going to be harsh on you because you're a Christian, but it doesn't show anywhere in the Bible that a Christian is going to be saved. And I bet you think when you die, you go to heaven too, don't you? I'm not going to go there with you. But yeah, you're not going to heaven. Let's go ahead and knock this out. What makes you think those people in the land of Israel? Those are not Israel. Those are not Jews. That's not Israel. See, that's what I mean when I'm looking at, when we read the Bible tells you what's going to happen when the Israel return back to the land. So those people that do not fit what the prophecies say about what happens when the children of Israel return back into the land. Those are not the children of Israel. Those are not Jews. See, that's why we look at, if you notice, in that land, they say that it's against the law to do a DNA test on anybody there. So, well, yeah, those are what we call the Antichrist, and they're going to be thrown into, well, their days are numbered themselves. So if you think that those are the Jews, then you're totally lost. We can prove by the book who we are. They cannot prove by anything that they are. They've just been known to be calling themselves Jews for hundreds of years, so people assume that those are the Jews without even asking for proof. So Yahweh waking his people up here in America because America's about to be destroyed. Well, yeah, now you know they're scammers, but they're not Jews, though. So it doesn't matter what they say. Listen, Mr. McCoskey, I'm going to have to shut this thing down because you and I, we're going to be here all day long, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be beating a dead horse here. So if you want to find out more about us, go to our website and check us out, and then join us again on next week. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, Facebook and YouTube. I want to thank y'all for joining us. Look, let me stop here because I'm not going to be here all day with you. Check us out again on our website, www.thenCCI.org. To answer your last question, yeah, the Messiah sent Paul to the Gentiles, all right? That's all that means, because they're supposed to be saved too, but not through religion. But again, I want to thank you, Mr. McCoskey, and all the rest of you brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for listening in to it. Join us on the next third day when we have our history class. I'm going to bid you farewell. Shalom. Yahweh be with you. Again, join us